Continuing with the chronological order, I hopped into the Domino Squad arc. The specific 3 episodes that I watched were Season 3, Episode 1, Clone Cadets, Season 1, Episode 5, Rookies, and Season 3, Episode 2, ARC Troopers. I know I've only watched a total of 6 items from the Clone Wars so far, but out of the 6 things that I watched, this arc is my favorite. I feel like this arc is what the Clone Wars movie should have been, you know? This was exciting, character-driven, surprisingly emotional, and had a plot that was engaging and heartfelt. We saw sacrifice, brotherhood, we saw the ability of underdogs to overcome. In the first episode, Clone Cadets, the clones of Domino Squad are running a test, an exercise on Camino, to see if they have what it takes to work together as a team and join the front lines. I am a sucker for these types of stories. The types of stories where a group of people are at each other's throats, not getting along, there's chaos among the ranks, and they eventually come together. They stop bickering, put their minor differences aside, and realize that they have to accomplish this goal or the entire group is down and out. I love seeing the teamwork blossom through naysayers and cynics. It's relatable, it's realistic. Without confrontation, the final payoff isn't nearly as satisfying for the audience. Think of your favorite war movies, or your favorite sports movies, or hell, any movie with a group of people. That dynamic, that story element is usually in play. Apollo 13, The Right Stuff, Saving Private Ryan, even Mean Girls. They all have that initial group crisis, but it is eventually put aside for the bigger picture. The character 99 was introduced, and he's instantly someone you root for. He's the underdog. He's a clone, but with genetic defects from a bad batch, as someone said in one of the 3 episodes that I watched. I can't remember who said that. Anyway, 99's role isn't just the solo underdog. His role is to kind of be a father figure to the clones of Domino Squad. He sees them struggling and can relate to their plight, talking to them not as failures as everyone else is, but as people who just don't realize their true potential yet. I love 99's role in the Domino Squad arc. Despite their initial inability to come together and work as a team, the clones of Domino Squad passed the test. Despite their unorthodox methods, they were able to outwit the sabotage of Brick, their instructor, and beat the course. After watching Clone Cadets and loving it, I hopped on over to the next episode, Rookies. Domino Squad has been stationed on Rishi, which is a remote moon. They're a bit disappointed with their duty station. It's in the middle of nowhere, far from the front line, away from the action, but despite their disappointment, the Rishi deployment is vital. Their posts might be far from the action, but they are there to be the eyes and ears of Camino. They were there to act as a fence, almost, an early warning system to protect their home, the cloning facility on Camino. Separatist droids attack the outpost. After successfully infiltrating the outpost, one of the droids was able to impersonate a clone's voice and report to Rex and Cody that everything was fine and that they had to cancel a scheduled inspection. I loved the idea of the droid impersonating a clone. It was clever, a useful skill, but it wasn't enough to trick Rex and Cody. The droid was still dumb. It said Roger Roger in the clone's voice, which tipped off Rex and Cody. The whole attempted trickery of that scene was fantastic. The programmed droids weren't smart enough to not say Roger Roger though, and it was a neat little way to set off the alarm bells. The clones later tried to attempt something similar using a droid head to gain access back into the outpost, and it succeeded. I thought both of these moments of trickery were great. General Grievous begins to send down reinforcements once the clones take back the base. Instead of letting the base fall into the Separatists' hands, the clones decide to blow it up. Blowing it up served two purposes. Like I said, not allowing it to be held by the enemy, and by blowing it up, the all-clear signal that was being broadcast to the Republic would be turned off, and that would alert the Republic that things were actually not all clear. Just like I'm a sucker for the blossoming of teamwork through initial struggle, I am also a sucker for a story that contains self-sacrifice for the team. Heavy, a clone who falls behind and is not able to escape through an exhaust vent, stays behind to make sure the explosives detonate. He's hit with blaster fire multiple times, but is able to press the button, sacrificing himself, saving his friends, and alerting the Republic fleet that something was wrong. I love this episode. Out of the three, I think this was my favorite. After watching Rookies, I immediately started watching ARC Troopers because I was hyped and I wanted to see the conclusion of this arc. So, Heavy self-sacrifice alerted the Republic forces to an impending invasion. Anakin and Obi-Wan travel to Camino to sound the alarm. The clones of Domino Squad are reacquainted with 99. When 99 hears the news of Heavy's passing, he clutches a medal that Heavy gave to him. So good! All these clone cartoon characters are so damn good. So, the Separatists, led by General Grievous and Ventress, are trying to gain access to the main DNA storage room, contraption thingamajig, where they can grab a sample of the clone's DNA, specifically Jango Fett's original DNA, which they all have the same DNA, right? They're clones. They could have just gotten the DNA off of one of the dead clones that they killed, right? Am I forgetting something? That would have worked, right? Regardless, I really like the DNA sample being the plot device in this episode. They are attacking. Why are they there? To stop the clone production and get the sample of the DNA. Cool, I'm on board. There was a part of this episode where Obi-Wan had a suspicion that the attack that they saw wasn't the full attack. He then goes underwater and discovers that there's a big-ass droid attack ship thingy that looks like a squid. Cool idea, cool reveal. Obi-Wan eventually fights General Grievous. Anakin and clones fight Ventress. Both Grievous and Ventress escape, but Anakin was able to get the DNA sample back. I loved how the young clones played a role in this. When your home is attacked and there is no peaceful solution, no wiggle room for negotiation, it's all hands on deck. Domino Squad, along with 99 and the young clones, are in the barracks. Battle droids rush in, but the young clones pop out for a surprise attack. This was neat. 99 makes the ultimate sacrifice for his brothers. He's one of the best, most sympathetic, dynamic, and interesting characters in the series so far. He's not a grunt firing a blaster like Animal Mother. He's not a Jedi swinging a lightsaber. He's not a hotshot pilot or a grand military leader. He's a character whose biggest asset was his heart, his admiration for the cause, his dedication to doing his job, his appreciation for what he has. 99 was a great character because he brought other characters together. This arc was fantastic. Domino Squad is 100% worth watching if you've never seen it. I've been told that if I liked Domino Squad, I'll love some of the other arcs even more. We'll see. At this point in time, I have no reason to doubt that. HelloGreedo, out.